Okay, so I'm going to show you two types of cornmeal flour. This is I've actually mixed it because I had less of this. This one is called Desi Macchiata, and actually this one is very close to my heart because it comes from Hazro Atak, and I am from Hazro Atak, so this is like a lot more back to home. This one we sell in the shop, and this one is also called Desi Macchiata. This is from India. It's stone ground traditional Indian stone cornmeal flour. It's a little bit finer, and what I've done is I've combined the two because I bought this one was only a kilo bag, and it was actually, I paid 50 pence more for the kilo bag than I did for the 1.5 kilo, which we're selling in the shop for 150, but we're 250, sorry, 250. So really I don't mind spending a little bit more on the £3 one, because obviously because it's also from my native homeland, and also if I already tested this one out, the cornmeal Desi Macchiata, which is in this bag, and it was actually really nice. We've already tested this one. So in the pan, in the dish, I've just put some macchiata. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to the I'm adding a little bit salt to this, and then I need a jug for water because I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna add the water slowly. Use a lukewarm water. Okay, and you're gonna have to do this slowly because it's not something that you can knead loads and just put away. You have to cook it there and then. Now there is a method to making these chapatis. Unfortunately, having lived in the UK all my life, I have no idea how to make them. So I'm going to be improvising, and I'm going to be using a method that we discovered on how to make without doing the traditional method. I will record that and I will try and upload it. A method that my sisters, they use for making this. So it's going to take a bit of time to knead because you don't want to make it soft either. So it's going to have to keep it it's hard to join together really. That's what I've found in the past. And make sure you don't make it too soft, because otherwise you will have problems. I'm sure there's a right way and wrong way of doing it. Unfortunately, it's not something that we cook regularly, so I don't know the right and wrong way, only the tips that I can give you. So I'm going to knead this. It's going to take me a little while to do it. I'm going to get both my hands dirty. I don't know how well it's going to actually... In Pakistan, that's what I've seen them do. For the little bit of time that I spent there. It's normally, the more you knead it, the more it will leave off the little bit of elasticity. So anyway, the battery is going to run out. We're going to take a break here, and hopefully when I come back I'll have it fully kneaded. This is how we generally knead normal flour. That's not how you knead this for. I'm afraid I'm a bit of an amateur on this because it's not something that I've done. We're getting there, slowly but surely. I've sort of got it there. So I'm going to take small balls, and I'm going to get some cooking foil and get busy with trying to make these into chapatis, hopefully. Now, the traditional method of making these chapatis is really cool, but unfortunately I don't know how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to improvise, and we're going to use 2 pieces of foil. We're going to spray some oil on one side of the oil on one side, and then we're going to spray oil on the other side. We're going to get the cone ball that we made into a nice round ball, and we're going to place that foil on top, and we're going to flatten that. We'll try and keep it around. Just going to pick that up. That's about rounded up. Take the one side of the foil off, and we're going to pick that up, and we're going to throw this on the pan on the hot griddle and take away the foil. Voila! That's about as round as we're going to get this tortilla chapati. So we're going to leave that one side to cook, and as soon as it's it'll mold together once it starts to stiffen out. So in the meantime we're just going to spray a bit more oil. All these pans. Make sure that's fully cooked on the one side. Now if you want, you can put a little bit of water on this and put it underneath the grill if you want the flowers on this to come up, and if you don't want it too much cooking on top of the griddle. So that's an alternative way of doing it, or you can just do it on the actual griddle. So when is this ready, you can, if you want, make sure that the grill is hot prior to placing this under the grill. Now to go with this, I've mixed some yogurt and some water and a little bit of milk, and just whisk that, and added a little bit of salt, and that's the lassi to serve with the roti. So I'm going to finish making these and then we'll do our serving. Don't prepare it too much in advance because it'll start to break up. Normally, when they make them in Pakistan, they sort of shape them like this, but I'm not very good at that. I tried that in the past and it was a total disaster. So I'd rather stick to my method. Oops. I'd rather stick to my method, which is this method, which I think is a brilliant method, which not 100% round, but it doesn't matter. Like we say, the stomach's not going to change its shape just because my chapati is not round. You can make it round if you want. Okay, that one is ready to take out. A little bit misshaped, as you can see. I think I need to experiment, but the method is great. Even if I'm blowing my own trumpet, like they say. Now that one's not bad. That one's quite nice and round. Who cares? At least I'm proud of the fact that I've managed to make makki ki roti. And it tastes good. That's the whole point. As long as it tastes good, who cares if it's even slightly bent. Now, I've gone and torn my foil. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get a new piece of foil. Now you see, unfortunately, if you try to make it, what will happen is if you try to make it without having another piece of foil on the top side, it can still crack. So you need another piece of foil on top of it. Now, third attempt, you have to say, is a better one. Like they say, you only become an expert at something after doing it for a while. So after trying it out for a couple of times, I've managed to master it, and I think given time I shall master it even more.